illegals living here? Get out. You're a bunch of illegals. You don't belong on American property. Get out.
That was a Karen who apparently is not happy with their neighbors. So this is a woman from St. Louis that has been caught on video multiple times harassing her neighbors. The St. Louis Dispatch is reporting that Fatima Suarez says that a stranger, the woman in the video, had broken into her parents' home with a hammer and had begun repeatedly harassing them afterwards and sending them, of course, racist threats, coming to their door, demanding that they leave the property, which she believes belongs to her for some reason. So now, this story, again, the Karens being Karens, this is not a surprise. This happens all the time in America, and it's ridiculous, the entitlement here. The thing that's most frustrating about this is that this case had been sat on for over a year. So this woman, for over a year, had been able to visit the property and just say the most insane things, and nothing happened to her. The police were literally sitting on these complaints. In fact, there's more. First, police, as I mentioned, didn't do anything about it until some of the videos went viral. And here's a little bit more of this video.
Okay, if you can get away with it, because I'm American, it's my property.
Okay, then give me your full name.
Go for it. Show me some illegal paperwork, because I know you didn't buy this house. You don't have enough money. Get off my property. American citizen angry at you assholes.
All right, so for one, watching that video, I really hope they disinfected the camera. Just saying. Just saying. Secondly, I'm pretty sure I know who she voted for back in 2020. Who does that? Who has the time to sit and harass people for no reason? What do you mean my property? She kept saying my property, get off my property, get off my, you illegals, you didn't buy this house, you can't afford it. Bitch, how do you know how much, what I can afford? Seriously. Now, that said, as to her dubious property claim, records showed that the house was owned by relatives of the woman named in the video until about 30 years ago. So they owned it a family member owned it 30 years ago. And this woman comes out, my property. No, that's not a claim. That's not a claim at all. Now, Suarez's parents, originally from Mexico, bought and moved to the home 6 years ago. Now, there weren't any issues until this lady shows up with a hammer last year. Breaks in, by the way. She breaks in, goes into their breaks into the basement, goes in, smashes things up. Now, there were people inside the house at the time. As far as his father was there. And he heard somebody in the basement smashing things up. And she starts coming up the stairs. And so he quickly shuts the door, locks it. I mean, wow. Peak Karen. Peak Karen. And again, the entitlement here. And there is a reason that people like this feel entitled. Or at least this woman felt entitled. Apparently, a warrant for the woman's arrest had sat unresolved for more than a year over doing this. So she breaks in, smashes things, terrorizes the family, and the cops do nothing. Nothing at all. Now, this is that warrant was sitting there at the St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office, containing warrants for nonviolent crimes. Now, this lady had been arrested at least 3 times for harassing this family, but no charges, never charged. Suarez said her parents are afraid to speak out publicly because the woman harassing them luckily hadn't seen their faces. In fact, Suarez said they don't feel comfortable to open their windows or even the curtain. And so, again, I don't really blame them. But when it comes to the police, Suarez said it's just crazy how it took this for it to be important to them. Well, I mean, that's because they were embarrassed. She said if the video hadn't gone viral, I guess it would have still been put onto the side. Look, that's 100% correct. Police are not there to solve crimes or protect people. I think what is the stat? Like 2% of the times they actually solve crimes. Most of the time, they're just there to protect property and rich people and rich people's property. But if you got a racist Karen that's breaking into your house, smashing your things, and threatening you, well, they're not going to care. They don't care about that because apparently they don't feel like doing their jobs because that's not their job. Their job is to protect the rich. But now this got attention, and I'll tell you why, by the way, and how this got attention, but they're embarrassed. So now here's the police response. Afterwards, Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner's office said on Tuesday that they had elevated the application for immediate review. But as of Tuesday evening, did not have any video evidence like the footage that was circulating online. Well, they could just go online and find the video's right there. Police then applied for warrants in January 2022 after the break-in, but put the application in a drop-off box for nonviolent crimes, spokeswoman Allison Hawk said. Police, she had also said the police have discretion to flag warrants in nonviolent crimes so they could be reviewed within 24 hours, but decided not to do so. For some reason, I guess it just wasn't important to them. Police who earlier on Tuesday referred questions about charges to Gardner's office did not immediately respond to the statements, especially when asked why it took more than a year to review the case. Now, Hawk says the office prioritized violent crimes and reviewed other cases on a rolling basis. Now, the department the department confirmed that officers had arrested a suspect for disturbances at the home on 3 separate occasions. January 5th, 2022, about 5:30, for 2 felonies, first-degree robbery and first-degree property damage. March 17th, 2022, 1:30 p.m., for municipal violations of trespassing and miscellaneous peace disturbance. And on December 12th, 2022, about 10:37 p.m., for a peace disturbance. So this lady just kept showing up at the door, demanding that they leave her property, and the police again would arrest this woman and then let her go. No charges. Not only that, police would not identify who was arrested, citing a state law that declares arrest records closed to the public if the arrestee was not charged with a criminal offense within 30 days. Again, 3 separate occasions. And by the way, that's just the arrests. She showed up at least 6 different times to do threats, to threaten them at their door. But it's not been charged. Insane. Now, she had posted about this before, by the way, and it just never got any traction until a TikToker with more than 5 million followers who post videos of, racist Karens or homophobic Karens, people that, do, by the way, not just Karens, but Kens as well, in an effort to call these people out. So this person, and I want to give him a big shout out for that because it's important work, Michael McWhorter. He had reposted Suarez's videos and had called for a public campaign in order to provide the family help. That's great. A huge shout out. Now, as far as the community, strangely enough, none of the other neighbors had noticed anything going on. That's interesting. Now, Ben Schultz, however, who lived 2 houses down from Suarez's parents, says, well, no, the Suarezes are great people. They're a good family. They're great neighbors. They never done anything wrong. Quote, I've had nothing but good times with them. You're talking about model citizens here. And yet this lady comes and says, I'm an American. You're an illegal. You're poor. Go back to your own country. That's my house. Get out of my house. You know, call me crazy, but I would rather have an entire block filled with the Suarez family. People like that than have one of these racist Karens in my community.